Franken's ZYZZ tribute. There's so many ZYZZ tribute videos on the internet, but they're all more or less the same. This is my version of it. I have a dream, or rather I have a fantasy, or I even wonder sometimes that maybe deep down inside ZYZZ was a profound guide, possibly even a genius. He read Schopenhauer and other Enlightenment philosophers and thought whether science could be our moral compass. He even had his own theories about how consciousness arises from the brain, and that bodybuilding was just another one of his tools for self-discovery and experimentation with the endless possibilities of blowing meanings into existence the way he blows up his muscles with strength, power, and aesthetics. He often tried to debate these issues with Chess Bra and the rest of the aesthetic crew, and to his horrors and the fans on Facebook and Fit and Bodybuilding.com. However, the people around him never cared. They only commented on his tattoos and muscles whenever he tried to go deep, balls deep, with his thoughts and feelings. So one day, he just decided to keep it all to himself and unlashed his frustration of being misunderstood by mindless trolls like flexing in the elevator and sticking ice cream cones on his forehead. Or perhaps these actions were just other ways for him to mock the absurdity of life, to create meaning into the meaningless existence. We might never know what the true intention of the king was. His death might even be the result of this confusion, for a lot of young men took their own lives at a very young age before they even peaked. But perhaps the timing of his death was his genius. He died at the perfect time, at the peak of his aesthetics. Even though he was young, his death was full. Any chances of weakening and atrophy, and the entropic nature of deformation and decay he might have faced with aging are all avoided. ZYZZ, the god of aesthetics, can never deteriorate or fall the way he stood on the apex of our minds. He is forever frozen in the pinnacle of beauty, sexual ecstasy, allurement, and youth. Rest in peace, ZYZZ, the artist. He will always be missed. I want to continue his legacy by advocating that there are more sides of reality than meets the eyes, and that exploring and filling up one's own mind is just as powerful as building an aesthetic physique. Not just on the surface of one's consciousness, but dive deep, deep within and come face to face with what's down there at the deep end of the subconscious to find the true and the authentic self. For penetrating and fucking with people's minds are just as deadly as fucking them in the Angus or the pussy. The BBC is just a metaphor, a way of life. Live life in a truly creative and imaginative way. It's the best way to find fulfillment and happiness, to create happiness by creating yourself, and your life will be meaningful. You do this by thinking outside the box. For everything that you experience, think of new ways to make it different. Attack everything from different angles, for that is the only way to get around the default of suffering that is life and its meaninglessness. Think for yourself. Make your own memes. Make your own videos. But be authentic.